Hey geeks. Hey geeks, Arahli here. Welcome. Welcome to a little quick live stream. It won't be anything too crazy. If you guys read the title there is a ship battle coming. Oh, let me switch sorry, I gotta switch my Discord back over so I can see the important information for you guys. It's in this one. So hey guys. Yeah, we have a ship battle that's coming up tomorrow. I unfortunately have to work during the entire event. So I thought the monkey puzzle has made some pretty cool stuff here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of that. And then he's actually set up a tiny little time frame that Monkey's going to actually spend his time like in game, so we can do this because none of the other Wind Wolves could actually be online during that time frame. So I thought I thought I would maybe get some stuff ready so he doesn't have to work so hard. So I've got a little bit of time before I go to work this morning. So I thought I would kind of jump in and do that. But before we do that, I want you guys to see what Monkey's been working on. Are you ready for this? You think you're ready? I don't think you're prepared for I don't think you're prepared for this. Let me just one second here. Hey. Welcome geeks that are watching. We're going to keep going. This is as far out as I can zoom. This is what Monkey Puzzle worked on the other day during one of his streams. Oh, sorry, but pardon me. Look at this. So this is the view from up top of the castle that we kind of talked about, and he's just been like putting in crazy work to get this done. So I'm gonna go ahead and toss on a bit of a glider suit here, so you guys can kind of see what this looks like. Look at how high up we are. So this is supposed to be our glide tower anyways. Look at So I had a little bit of late release there, but check this out. Can I get up here? Oh, wrong button. Oh, that hurt. Look at how crazy this place is though. So he's put in some work. I helped him gather some stuff. You know, every time I've logged in, I've helped him gather a little bit of stuff and kind of put it away so he can work on stuff. But yeah, he's gone a little crazy, and I love it. Let's get around the corner here. Let me take this off. We'll go a little farther so you guys can actually see. So I've just been I've been putting some stuff on the old hot bar here, or in the inventory, so I can try to make this a little easier for myself for what I plan on doing here. This is just some temporary gear. But the thought was, that's a roof, I want a ramp. My thought was I'll actually be able to like kind of put, just kind of bring stuff out here and start building right in the shipyard deal for him. Let's just jump out here though, so you can take a look at it from this level. Ready? How cool looking is this, man? So, yeah, so that's awesome. And I have not had a chance to play Atlas as much as I'd like to. Am I floating? I'm amazing. I haven't had much chance to play Atlas recently. It's been very busy at work. I have sold many kitchens. Man, I'm impressive. But on top of that, last week was my the convention I go to every year with my brother. So that was fantastic. We got to go to Chicago. We got to sit in one of our favorite panels, which is a thing called Twisted Tunes. A lot of voice actors from like cartoons of our childhood. They show up for this this panel where they read they read like movie scripts, but they're assigned different voices. So this time, the most of the cast of the Animaniacs was there. So like we got to hear pieces and parts of National Lampoon's Vacation, read by Yakko Wacko Pinky and the Brain. Which was impressive. It's a lot of fun. But that's one of the things we always try to make sure we get a chance to go see. Walked around Chicago for a little bit. You know, we always I get to eat like a king for that day, that weekend, so that's always nice. Will this work right here? May I offload from you? So yeah, so kind of the whole plan of today though, for the little bit of time I get to stream is I'm just going to be gathering a bunch of stuff up here. And kind of getting some pre-building stuff done for Monkey, so when he logs in, he can just kind of he can just jump in and actually like build his schooner, because you know I know that he's kind of working on the same kind of real short schedule I am for stuff. So But yeah, so C22 is great. I actually do have some video for you guys. I have to still kind of work on it. It's on my laptop still, so it's not completed. I typically will walk around the show floor with like my GoPro on, and it's usually attached to my backpack, like on the front strap. The only drawback to that is that I had forgotten how ridiculously bouncy it is when I'm walking around. And I actually have I've got a little gimbal, like a 3-axis gimbal that I use for that camera. I just didn't use it the first day because I didn't remember how bad it was until I went to actually edit some of that footage. So I've got stuff from like day 2, day 3 of us kind of just walk around the show floor. And it's not like anything amazing. We just kind of walked around, and I thought I'd maybe put some of that out there for you guys. If people aren't used to crowds and stuff, it might be a little disconcerting because, like, Saturdays, especially this year's convention, this was the 10th year of C2E2. It was sold out, like, a while ago, which it doesn't usually, like, fully sell out on Saturdays, but it was, like, full sold out. So it was elbow to elbow on the show floor. And this year they, like, spread out the booths and made, like, wider alleys or aisles and stuff between everything, and it was still, like, elbow to elbow. It was pretty crazy. But I'll get some of that so you guys can see some of the really cool cosplay that was going on there. It was fun. Okay, let's get this back over here. So, other than that, life updates, since you guys have, since we've been doing a little bit of life updates recently. I wanted to get a video out for you guys yesterday, since today is Saturday, and I typically try to do Fridays. But unfortunately, my my sister and brother-in-law, they've had a dog, Raiden, that has been around with us for 12 and a half years. Probably the best trained, most loving dog I've ever met. Like Penny's getting there. She's well trained, but she's not as well trained as Raiden was. And he passed away, unfortunately, earlier this week. So yesterday was the first chance I kind of got a chance to see my my sister and brother-in-law and kind of, try to cope with the fact that, we lost a member of our family that's been pretty near and dear for a long time. My parents aren't, well, I mean, my dad's not like super tied, to other people's pets, and even he was having a pretty hard time with it this week. So it's been a little crazy. I mean, it was nice to get a chance though to just kind of be like, Penny went with me, so they got a chance to kind of just play for a little bit. There's a lot of tears, obviously, but it was kind of nice to just have Penny there so we could all kind of just, remember what it's like to just have a dog and not have to, like, I don't know, like it was nice to just kind of be able to relax a little bit with that. So we just, Penny, she likes attention, so she was totally fine with the fact that, we got to play fetch all day long and play with her stuffed toys all day long. But yeah, so it was a bit of a rough day though, a little drained. But she let me sleep in this morning before we. Did I bring stuff with me? I did. Okay. She let me sleep in a little bit before we took our morning walk. It was nice and rainy today, so we got a little soaked, but it was a good time. All right, so while we're in here, let's talk about what we're working towards. Here's Monkey over here sleeping, taking a little nap with the tanning leather. Which, by the way, if you've never been around tanning leather, okay, tanning leather does not smell good. It's really bad. So I'm glad this is where he chose to sleep. I sleep on top of the looms right now, so I just got the nice plush loom fabric over here, and this dude just sleeps with the stinky smelling hides. Okay, so here's what's going on. Crackers, another YouTuber on here on the IronGeeks Patreon server here, has decided to organize some ship battles. Right. So what's going on is tomorrow, which let me see if I gotta. Tomorrow, I think Monkey has is gonna be able to start at noon. His time, maybe? I don't know. Monkey will stream tomorrow. Watch for Monkey's stream. But what she's done is they kind of set up a basic amount of things you can make. So Rimtus and Crackers had this little ship battle, like mock ship battle, well, real ship battle, to kind of test their sea legs, right? So there's some requirements, though, that you can't bypass. Like, you have to kind of build within a certain amount of stuff. So what you can have is everyone gets, well, every company can have two ships. Yeah, 2 ships per company. So Monkey's only going to have 1 because it's going to be just him. But so he's going to have a schooner. It can have 12 ship cannons, 4 large cannons, 2 swivel cannons. And then it's got 240 medium cannonballs, 60 large cannonballs, 60 liquid fire, 8 spare planks, and then it's got some materials that he can have to actually repair with, right? So I'm going to try to get enough stuff for the ship ready because he's going to need some stuff for that. I've got some alloy rolling in here. Alloy's done. Forever put out the fire for now. Oh, that is. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Metal itself cannot make cannons and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll put that in there so we can kind of come back to it. But yeah, so the idea is that we're going to just kind of gather a little bit and be able to start making some stuff. So when he logs in later today, when he's trying to rush and get everything done, that he'll have a nice little happy surprise that most of the stuff will be ready for him. All right, so we're going to take Elephant out and get some metal and stuff. Oh, okay. You're on follow, aren't you? There we go. My ride was getting taken away. Okay. So I don't know how many people are watching right now that aren't, that, like, I don't know, are people disappointed that we haven't been playing Ark recently? I've had, I know some of the patrons have been a little sad that we haven't really done Ark much. Hold on one second, actually, let me do this. Just gotta update some stuff real quick. There we go. Yeah, I've had some people like a little upset. Hey Emma, that we haven't been playing Ark at all. And I don't like. I love Ark. Like I have people worried that like we're not going back to Ark or anything like that. Like I'm gonna keep playing Ark. But I've got like, I don't know, I think Monkey's got like 4,000 hours into Ark. I've got like 2,500 hours into Ark. Like, it's been fantastic. I love it. I still love playing that game. But I kind of wanted a break. Like I really enjoy the game, but it'd be kind of nice to, I like to be able to play other games too. So I'm really kind of digging Atlas. I got to, I made the custom map here, which was a lot of work, but it was really cool because I got to make things the way I wanted things to be made. I probably should have given more input to other people, but hey, you do what you gotta do, right? But I've really kind of dug how this all works. There's some fun things in this that, they kind of refined some things that came from Ark that weren't maybe the best things in the world. Hey, buddy, so nice of you. But yeah, so I don't know. Like, is it like are people actually upset about that? Are any of you guys upset that we haven't been playing Ark recently? I know I've been playing Division. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea. But like, it's just every once in a while you gotta have a little palate cleanser, because 2,500 hours of any game is a lot. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just get some wood here. I'm not upset. Well, Emma, you're in here playing with us, so I can't imagine you'd be too upset. Are you looking forward, Emma, to the chance to take Cracker's ship down again? To kind of get in there and show her what's up? Yeah, of course. I'm sure you are. I wonder if you think she's going to use those cheap tacks of putting that little cute kitten on her sails again. Will that deter you in any way? So in their last go round, Crackers, knowing that Rimtis loves kittens and cats, did some real cheap psychological warfare on probably some real cheap psychological warfare and painted this like super cute cat on her sail, hoping that Rimtis would have a hard time then shooting and blowing up said ship because of that sail. So it's pretty funny. I giggled about it. I'm not gonna lie. She's going to name it after your cat. So apparently Crackers is going to name it after her cat, which is, that's so rude. It's hilarious, but it's so rude. All right, Elephant, you got enough metal for us? Let's go. Oh, you can definitely sink a ship like that. Don't let her get in your head. You need to make a ducky killer. And, yeah, that's what you do. Sir Garin, what's up, man? Welcome. We're just doing a little gathering and stuff. I saw Monkey had finished building this ridiculous castle the other day for us. And I thought that since I won't be able to actually participate in said battle royale that you guys are going to have, that maybe I could help get him some stuff set up to build with when he does get a chance to log in. You just want to kill all the players, huh? Okay, that's fine. Yep. I guess I'm glad I won't be around for that part. Can you make it over here, elephant? You going too far away? Come back. Come back. Thanks. Thank you. That's good right there. So yeah, I don't remember how much of any of this stuff. Oh, you're gonna have and Billy with you? Oh my God, Crackers, it's all over but the Grind, Crackers. Like I don't know what you're gonna do, Crackers, but you're gonna be done. It ain't gonna go the way you think. All right, what are we making again? Schooner. So we need some metal and some fibre. We've got all the metal we need now. I'm gonna have to go put a bunch of that into the refining forge deal, so we can get some more alloy going, because he's gonna need a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this base turned out really nice. Like I've only been involved with some of the basic planning stuff, and we kind of like we talked about some of the basics and where things were gonna go, and I put stuff just where I needed to, and then kind of like got out of Monkey's way. Because I mean, look, I love building in games like this in Ark, but Monkey is obviously a better builder than I am. So especially when it comes to stuff like, look, let me just be honest with you. I wouldn't have built this. This is way too much work for me. That's all I'm saying. It's not my thing. That is way bigger than I would have built. I would have got to the point that I could build a galleon, and I would have lived on a galleon. That's it. Sir Garwin, have Monkey and I tried Conan Exile? So I played Conan Exile when it first came out. I really enjoyed it. It is a bit too barbarous for Monkey Puzzle. He's not a big fan. Like, he loves the Conan universe, but he's not a real big fan of the crazy bloodshed and slavery kind of aspects of it. And, you know, we kind of talked about that kind of stuff. It's, you know, for a channel that's kind of meant to be more family friendly, it's a little hard to show content like that without kind of having to disclaimer stuff all the time. So it's, you know, it's one of those things that each of us kind of has to figure out what's going to work or not work for us. I don't care as much as Monkey did, so I played it. I enjoyed it. The building system was great. But I haven't been back since the expansions and all the fixes and stuff have been done. So I still have it. I may eventually play it some more. But it didn't feel, I don't know, it wasn't quite my time frame, I guess. Like the whole barbarian thing has never really been my deal. You know, pirates, love them. You know, feudal Japan, love it. That kind of stuff, I'd be down for. The new Outlaw game that's out right now, I've been thinking about that. It's you know, the whole Wild West thing is kind of a fun idea, and I haven't played that at all yet, so I might pick that up and take a look at it. But so far, it's, you know, I knew that the Division was coming out, and I really enjoyed all of the Division that I got to play. The last time, the story was great, and I don't know if I actually talked too much about this, but in the first Division, I pre-ordered it because I was really excited about like what the game looked like it had to offer, and the story of the Division was amazing. But like my favorite thing of that pre-order that I did is that the very first you got this like survival book that that you got with like a certain pre-order. I think you could just buy it separately, and like it was this book about surviving an apocalypse and all this kind of crazy stuff. And the idea was that you were the second owner of that book. Like you had picked it up after somebody had like read it, and they wrote a bunch of stuff in like the margins. So like there was like all these crazy notes and different colored inks and stuff that like there was a progression through it that if you kind of followed the timeline for when they wrote in it, and like you kind of got an idea of what was actually going on. Like they were solving the mystery, excuse me, of what of kind of how that whole thing happened. And while they while they were doing that, there was like there's a whole bunch of like it was like cryptology type stuff. Like there's a bunch of like puzzles and clues and stuff in there. There was like subway passes that had been like cut out, and little tiny squares were cut out in them, and you had to like figure out where, like what page it fit on, and then when you actually put it over a certain side of a certain page, like the word that it spelled out was like the key to another like cipher someplace else. And I love that stuff. Like there was a game for mobile phones that came out. So it was really weird to say mobile phones, by the way. So a lot of people know about Pokemon Go. The basics of that game started with a game called Niantic made a game called oh my god, my brain is totally gone. Ingress, Engress, and Ingress, like they decided to kind of crowdsource everything in Ingress. So the idea in Ingress was kind of like that there was this energy that was like crossing through dimensions. And oh, are you tired, buddy? I'm sorry. Let me give you a second here. And that like the natural crossing point for that kind of stuff, for that energy, was at things that people considered beautiful. So it was kind of like any place that there was like art and stuff was where that stuff came from. So what Google/Niantic did is they let us all submit places. So like you like physically would go out and around, and you would find. You still tired? Come on, buddy. You'd go find like really cool like street art that had been done, or you'd go find some cool statues that had been done, or just these really cool places like physically around the world. And when you found those, you could submit those to be portals for this game. And Ingress is like a big virtual capture the flag game. It was a lot of fun. But so Fox and I actually started playing that right in the very beginning during the beta, and like some of the areas near where we both worked at the time, like we submitted like 90% of the portals that are out there in that area. We got to deal with some of the like the largest faction stuff across the country. Like it was really cool. There's this neat thing that kind of grew around that, and they turned out and they turned that into like they used the data from that eventually and made Pokemon Go. So like all the gyms and Pokestops and stuff in Pokemon Go are actually based on the place that we built in Ingress. So I tell you all that to tell you about the ridiculous issue that I had in Ingress. We would Fox and I'd be playing, and have a good time. And you have to travel, so we go out, physically be out in the world, walking around, doing good stuff. But they would do these like status reports, right? So like Niantic actually did these status reports where they had like a reporter that kind of reported on the strange occurrences and kind of like these big, because we had like big nationwide battles between our factions and stuff that we physically were on sites, and like there's thousands of us showing up for stuff like that. So they'd have like these reports about those things and how everything's were turning out, but intermixed in those reports would be like in these videos that you'd be watching would be, why am I going in here? I'm talking too much, guys. Intermixed in all these videos and stuff that you'd be watching, though, there'd be like the screen would kind of glitch out a little bit, and like if you paused it during that frame, you'd be able to see like the little like the tail end of like a shortened URL, So you'd have to kind of figure out the rest of how that went, and then like that would take you to a page that had some real basic image on it, and you'd get that image, and you'd have to like try to figure out what the code was. So I went down the rabbit hole with that stuff. Like I really enjoy trying to figure that out. I'm not smart enough to do 100% of that, but it's like a good time, like trying to figure that stuff out. So I remember that there was one day that like I was really getting into it, right? And this report dropped, and at the time I worked pretty close, like a scavenger hunt, right? It's like a scavenger hunt, but it was like code breaking and other stuff like built online. It was crazy. So I worked at the time. I worked like I don't know, like 4 or 5 minutes from home. Okay, and because of the nature of how this works, like you kind of had to be like, as soon as those videos dropped, you had to be able to kind of like jump right online to start, like to be ahead of the game. If you wanted to do all the code breaking and stuff like that, and sometimes they had codes for different things that were in the game. So it was like a cool way to kind of get like weapons and stuff used in the game, that kind of stuff. But like if you wanted to do that stuff, you kind of had to be right on top of the game. Like you couldn't slack on it, right? So I had just gone to lunch, and one of these videos dropped, and I saw, like, you know, whatever frame it was, I saw the partial, like, scrambled up version of a bit.ly shortened URL. So, you know, I'm at home. I jumped on the computer real quick and I put it in, and it took me to what was it? It was a picture. It was just like this like online art looking piece, right? That was like, it was just, you know, like a digital art file, and it was a. You all follow each other? I don't need you to follow each other. Hold on. Can you get out? Can you get out? So it was like this. It was like this picture of a sailboat. You know, just like with paint, like for like water and that kind of stuff, and you know, some clouds in the sky and stuff. Just basic little sailboat image. You know, nothing too crazy. But there was always something in those, right? There's always something to look for that kind of stuff. So I started, like, you know, I downloaded the file, right? I saved the picture as, and then went through and started, you know, color shifting and adjusting, just like you do in Photoshop, right? Just started adjusting things all over the place until I got to a certain range of the hue and found another bit.ly type shortened URL, like in the clouds, right? Like I had to like switch it to like this. I had to take out almost all the red and add the blues and stuff into it. And I saw like another little ghost of a URL. So like I followed that URL, and it ended up with another picture. And then in that picture, there's a bunch of little dots that were kind of like in this weird shape. After you did some more the color shifting and the gamma adjustments and stuff, right? So, you know, I followed that, and it ended up, I realized it was Braille, so I, like, I figured out what it was in Braille, which led to Morse code, and then the Morse code was some, you know, it ended up, I don't know, it was something else, too. I think there's one that had, like, ship flags and stuff on it, so you had to, like, and that's all stuff I don't know anything about. Like, I had to, like, figure it all out, you know? And I was, like, so excited that, I didn't go back to work. I kind of just... I went down the rabbit hole. I missed the last half of my day at work because I was so absorbed in... Did that sheep just fall unconscious out of nowhere? Is there a snake? There's a snake. I was like, what is going on? How do you download Ark Survival Evolved on PC? Steam. Gaming Machine Mobile. You go to Steam and download it there. But yeah, so like I was so absorbed in this ridiculous code breaking thing that I just didn't go back to work for the rest of my day. And I got in trouble for that. And I realized that maybe I shouldn't be so involved in that. I will say that on the plus side, I was the first one to break that code. So like I actually, you know, I was in the forums and that kind of stuff, and I mean, at the time we didn't have Discord at all. We had what were we using? We were using Google Plus at the time because there's a nice integration for that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I just couldn't. I was like, okay, maybe I'm taking this stuff a little too seriously, and I should not do as much of this. So I just, I stopped that part. I continued to watch the videos. I play with Fox all the time, but I just wouldn't do any more code breaking stuff. So, like when the Division came out, and I knew I could do that, it was a little, it was a little rough. Like I had to make sure I didn't get too crazy into that again. I had to give myself allot myself a certain amount of time that I would, be able to play on that kind of stuff. Is Steam an app on PC? If you just Google Steam, you will see Steam is like a program. It's a game store, my man. But yeah, so I was really excited about Division 2, and I will say, in all honesty, I was pretty happy that there was not some augmented AR-ish reality game that would let me do those kind of things again, because I barely have poor self-control when it comes to monitoring myself doing said things. But no, it's a good time. That's kind of stuff I really like. So like when the Division 2, like I said, when it came out, I was really excited to play that kind of stuff. So, like I said, we've been playing Ark for a lot. We've been playing Atlas for a bunch too. So I'm all in. I love this game. I love Ark still. But a little variety. It's what make things work. The spice of life, right? How did you even? What are you doing up here, horse? Okay. All right, let's get some stuff here. Should I make this stuff and then make weight sales for Monkey and just see him get all mad when they're weight sales and he's got to make something else instead? Okay, what else do we need here? All right, so we made the schooner frame. Let's get a bunch of this stuff. We don't need any thatch because there's a bunch over here. I already filled this up with thatch. We gotta take some of that out. Oh, I just put it all back in. Quit it. All right, so we need ship construction. Medium? I'm pretty sure it's medium. Oh, how'd you call the metal inside like a dummy? Okay, well, we'll get some of that. Stay there, bear. I'll come back for you. We don't want this door. The only drawback to this amazing base that Monkey has built. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Emma. This is... I don't get to actually play in the ship battle because I have to work tomorrow during the time frame you guys are able to do that. And Monkey has made it possible for himself to be there. So I decided that I would help get everything at least... get as much stuff made as I could so he can not have to do as much work when it's time for that. Oh, boy, I'm fat. Okay, let's drop some stuff off here. It's fine. That's how it works. I work in retail. My work schedule, weekends are never a good time for me for retail. I currently get one weekend every 4 weeks off in my rotation. And that's probably going to change next month. And instead of me getting one every 4, I think I'm going to end up with one every 8. So I think I'll get 6 weekends off a year, which it's retail. It kind of sucks. But that's what you're going to do. I enjoy what I do right now, so it kind of works. But that is I will tell you, that's been a pretty rough pill for most people to swallow. I moved to Sweden. Sure. Yeah, you got some room over there for me? How do you like dogs, right, Emma? It's fine. You just give me a place nearby. I'll get on the road. Can I still buy fat American food? Because I really do like my fat American food. I'm just saying. Okay, so I can make 4. What are we going to be? It's wood that's going to be our limiting factor right now. Okay, well, let's get some wood out here then. But yeah, so it's kind of funny. I guess funny is the wrong word. Here, more life update for you guys. So my position at the store I work at is I'm considered a sales specialist. Now, I'm actually a kitchen designer. There's only 3 of us in my store that are able to do what I do, and most of the time there's only 2 of us that can do that kind of stuff. But the kind of the way it's the way it works for everybody else right now is that what we've had before for our rotation was we would have a weekend off, and then the next week. So you guys, if you're in my discords or that kind of stuff, you've kind of heard me talk about. Okay, it is mediums. Whew. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 5, 6, 7, 8. How many do we need for this? I don't know. I'm just gonna make a bunch. It's fine. He'll need a ton anyways for backup. Can I get out of here? I'm the one that did this. I can't remember if I can get out of here. I know I can go. Okay, I can go this way. So right now, it's. Oh, can I go out of here? Oh my God, I'm good. Whew, I was trapped for a second. So you get I've always kind of talked about like the crap part of my rotation is that like I get my Sunday or my Saturday Sunday off, right? And then I'd end up having to work, what is it? It's like 14 of 16 days. So like we end up having like a split, like I get like a Sunday, Friday off. Which is, I mean, it's rough. It's, it's not easy. That's like the real bad week. But after that, I get to this thing where I work like, I'll work like 4 days and have 2 off. Then I'll work 3 days and have 2 off. So that's kind of how it's set up currently, is that, you get like a nasty long week, but mixed in with that, you get these 2 days off. What's up, Devin? Welcome to the stream, man. You get these kind of 2 days off in a row. So it's like having a little micro weekend that's maybe not in the middle, it's not in the middle of the week, obviously, but you get a nice little weekend out of it still, kind of. That's not going to be the case anymore. Like, the way it's set up for people now is that you get 2 days off in the week. You like more Arc still? I've been thinking about getting back and doing some more Arc. Actually, I kind of got the Arc itch hit me again the other day, so we'll get back. We'll do some Arc pretty soon again. But yeah, so like they're gonna go from having 2, thank you, or medium it is. Okay, let's make some more of those then. But they're gonna go from having like 2 set days off to having whatever the scheduling program thinks is best for our business. So like they're just gonna end up with kind of whatever days off works. So like it means that people are gonna have to work, like they'll get like 10-hour days, and they'll work like a Monday, Tuesday, then have like a Wednesday and Friday off, and then like the next week they might end up having like Tuesday, Thursday off. Like there's no guaranteed set days off together anymore. And I was like, oh man, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could do that. My schedule's already pretty rough. So I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can actually pull this off. Like that's a pretty rough change. Good morning, Isaiah. So I found out that for the moment, kitchen designers have been spared that part of that. We're still going to get stuck with only 1 weekend per 8 off, which is rough. I mean, like I said, 6 weekends a year is not pretty, but it's, whatever. But the flip side is that kitchen design is one of those things that like we schedule appointments. Like if I don't have a customer and you walk in and want, do you want to get your kitchen design done? Whatever, you can just sit down and we'll take care of it. Sir Garwin, enjoy, get some sleep, my man. It's important. Rest is important, man. Get out of here. You can watch the VOD later if you want to. It's all good. But like, so the way our business works, like for me day to day, is that like I have appointments scheduled. I have consultations set up. I will sit down with customers and we spend an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, like going over layouts and talking about cabinet options, that kind of stuff. So all of that stuff for us is based on appointments. So like the idea of us just having like whatever random schedule some computer program thinks is supposed to work is going to turn out to be, like, that doesn't really work well for kitchens. So, like, we're all kind of freaking out when they first announced these changes. And then they're like, kitchens, we can't do it. We can't do that with kitchens. It won't work. So, what they're doing for us is that I'll get 2 days off a week in a row. And then that'll just kind of shift to different days off, like, every week. But at least I'll still have 2 in a row, which will make things a little easier. Because, like, when I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever worked in a place like retail or worked a place where you don't get 2 days off in a row, but it's rough. Like, you kind of need one of those days to, like, decompress a bit. Like, you can't, like, if you just have 1 day off, you feel like that, like, you just got to run all the errands, you got to do all the housework, like, all the crazy stuff. And this is all boring adult stuff. So if you don't have to do any of that kind of stuff now, good job. Enjoy what you got. Don't worry about that stuff when you don't have to. But, like, not having 2 days off in a row is that's the hardest week of my work rotation currently, is the knowing that I don't have 2 days off in a row. It's horrible. So to think that, like, all but 1 of 8 weeks could have been that way, like, most of us kitchen designers were like, we're going to jump ship. Like, we're going to find new companies to work at. Like, we're just going to leave the company we're all at behind. They're going to have to get, you know, a bunch of newbie designers that don't know what they're doing. And that's just going to have to be how it works because, like, that's just, it's rough, right? 28 planks to build it plus space. Thank you. I actually was looking for that earlier, and I totally forgot what it was. So we need 28 plus, how many can we have extra? 8 spare planks. Okay. So I almost said that was 32 because my brain is great in the morning. I realize now that's not the right number. So, okay, so I'll make some planks. We'll make 36 planks and not 32. I think we've got 24 right now. I think I'm just going to make regular planks. So he can have, let's see, he can have 12 ship cannons. If he puts them all on the, like, in the gun ports, that's 10, right? We got, so that's 10. We've got 2 extras. I'll make 2 more of the, I need the other stuff from you, don't I? I guess I'll make 2 more gun ports. So we'll have a couple extras of those. Okay, math for me, guys. What's 28 minus what? It's 28 minus 10, so 18 of the other ones. Okay. Early morning math, not my thing. Okay, construction, medium, plank. So we want to do 2 more of these. Right, and then we want to... is it 10 more? Is that right? 10 more of the regular ones? I think that's right. I think that's right. I probably remember there was 2. Not just in the morning. Yeah, I'm not usually too bad once it's not the morning. I don't do coffee, so I know that like you know, people are like, oh, let's get my coffee. It's fine. I don't do coffee. I have a thing with bitter stuff. I'm not a big fan of it. We're out of wood, I assume. Yeah, okay. So, and we're out of wood here, right? Okay. So like I can't do I can't say morning coffee is a thing. The caffeine thing in the morning, it's not something I can typically do either. It kind of just gets me a little weird and buzzy in the head, and I don't really enjoy that. Later in the day, I'm fine with that stuff, but like in the morning, I'm like, I'm not that kind of guy. So I'm a ice water or some or like some juice in the morning. That's kind of what gets me going. But you know, that doesn't really help your brain functionality. You know, I've never actually had a tea that I've liked, Emma. I could probably, like, assuming that I could kind of sweeten it enough to not have an issue with it, I'd be all about that kind of stuff. But you gotta walk that fine line, you know, about like how sweet can you make something without it being bad for you at that point. Yeah, I know Monkey Puzzle, Isaiah. That's actually why we're here right now. Monkey spent all this time streaming and building this thing, and I don't get to join him for the battle that he's going to take part in. So I figured I'd make a little bit of headway on the ship that he's got to build. So he'll have a little easier time when he's ready to do that part. Probably tonight, because he's got to work on that tonight, so we can do that stuff tomorrow after work. So, but yeah, but that's kind of the thing. I'm like, how much sweetness can I do before I shouldn't be drinking it anymore? You know. So that's kind of the same reason I don't do coffee, because it's too bitter for me in general. So typically, you know, by the time I get it sweet enough that I actually want to drink it, I shouldn't be drinking it anymore. I'm kind of the same way with like I don't drink beer either. It's bitter and I don't like it. So, and I have like all of my friends think I'm crazy for that. You know, we go to a bar and I'm the only one getting like mixed drinks because I don't do beer. It's just not my thing. And if it's your thing, that's great. More power to you. I know that there's like a bouquet of flavors you can smell and taste and that kind of stuff. I just can't get past the bitter for me. So yeah, I don't know. Sweets, sours, I'm great with that kind of stuff, but yeah, not bitter things. So Isaiah, if you want to know about Monkey Puzzle, you're gonna be here to watch his stream tomorrow, right? Because he's gonna be taking on these other IronGeeks in a battle royale with the ships, man. So I think it's noon his time. Yeah, it does look familiar, right? I watched that. I was watching the last stream when he was building it and just going, oh my god. And it's funny, like he was talking about how tall the tower, like he's building the tower in the center up as high as he could, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, man, that's so much work. You're building it way too high. You don't need to do that stuff. Like, slow down, relax. And then he's like, I know Arahli wanted a really tall tower. I was like, okay. Like, I mean, I do, but like, man, that's a lot of work. But that's why I let Monkey Puzzle build that, because I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I was saying earlier, like, I mean, you guys, you know, if you watch my ARC stuff at all, like, you know that, like, you know, I typically build, my little raft boat nest deal, you know, that's like a mobile fort. Chai tea. Okay, I'll try some chai tea out. I would have made a box that was big enough for me, for a little bit at least. I would have made a box that was big enough for me to get to like a brig or a galleon, and I would have made the galleon or the brig, and I would have lived on that thing and dropped off my important gear in my in my box over here, and I would have just lived that way for a while. But that's just, you know, I love building, but I can't. I just that something to that scale. Whew, it's just it's a bit beyond me. If you guys watch my other stuff, you know that like that I'll build some bases, but I ain't gonna build something this big. It's just crazy work. But no, Monkey did a great job. I love it. It's fantastic. Watching every stream, I was just like, man, this is getting so cool how it looks. Get out of here, horse. Ugh. Okay. This is where I need to get Fox to play again. I don't know if you guys know this about Fox. Excuse me, sorry. I don't know if you guys know this about Fox, because he doesn't typically, he doesn't stream this when he does it, but Fox goes into these, built the cast with the help of Billy. Nice. Fox goes into, like, these, like, gather trances. Like, he'll just put on some great electronic music, right? And he'll just gather, like, for hours. For hours. That's what he'll do. He'll take one of these creatures out, and he just won't stop. Which is amazing. It's boring to me real fast. So I can't really do that the way that he does that kind of stuff. But I just gotta bait him into coming and do that for a little bit. I'll tell you though what the thing is. Thanks, whore. Hey, it's the American school system that's to blame. That's not true at all. But yeah, so that's, I don't know, it's funny. Shut up, Yor. Yeah, no wonder he gets burned out. Right, like I could, it's crazy how much he does for that kind of stuff. But you know, he balances it out by playing other games, and like I said, that's kind of a place that he can just kind of like mentally escape to for a little bit. So it's nice. Making me too fat to walk. So what I wanted to do, like the thing that I'm excited about next is getting to the, I mean, now that the castle bit is done, Monkey's going to feel a little bit more like he can relax about this part, because this is the PvP base. It's important for it to kind of be set up and working like it needs to. He's going to 14. I want to go travel. I want to go see the cool bases you guys have built, you know, and if they're PvP based, we'll have to be careful, obviously, but I want us to be able to just go out and kind of see what you guys have been working on too, you know, because that's the fun. You get to explore we get to explore what's kind of going on out there, what people have been working on, and we get to see all the cool stuff that's been made. Whatever, here you go, buddy. There you go, Monkey. There's a whole bunch of planks in there, and then we need to make the decks, right? So yeah, like that's like the next part that I'm excited about is like us getting to the point that we feel like we can just go out and explore a bit. We can, you know, we'll have enough defenses that if, you know, we're not going to worry too much about the ships of the damned or any of that kind of stuff. You sent a picture of ours to Crackers and you like got thrown out of the company. Oh, because she got to see it. Is it the PvP base? So she shouldn't have seen it. Oh, thanks, Isaiah. Go enjoy your food, my man. But yeah, like I just want to kind of the sailing part is fun to me. I just like getting out there and seeing what's going on, and then, you know, the geeks and the iron miners are ridiculously talented in the kind of stuff they build. So, like, there'll be a lot of cool stuff to see. Deck, right? Deck. We need 2. I don't think we need 12. We need 2 of those guys. And then we should need what? Like, we're going to need ladders. We're going to need some sails. We're going to need some cannons. All right, let's take you back inside, my man. Or me, my girl, I guess. You got a bunch of food on you? That's good. He was from far away, too. You got to be... It's funny. Since we got into doing, like, the PvP stuff, like, the sense of, like, security that we all feel like is kind of important for our PvP basis. It's like, it's not as big of a deal on this server, obviously. But, like, one of the reasons Monkey and I didn't stream very often when we first started Atlas is that we were playing on the official PvP server. And, like, we were worried that, like, we'd be doing a disservice to our tribe mates, or our company mates, by showing, like, vital inside, you know, images and videos of, like, what our base looked like. So, like, it was this weird layer of stress that was added to what we were doing, because we didn't want to actually, like, we didn't want to cause any issues for that, and we were having a good time playing, but, like, we didn't want to, like, we didn't want people to, like, to see all that stuff on the inside. And we knew that, like, we watched other people's stuff. Like, when people were streaming, we'd watch some of their stuff, and we'd see, you know, like, where their bases were and kind of where they're at and all that kind of stuff. I just put food in this larder, and I don't even know if there's anyone still alive. This stupid little thing. Yeah, they're all dead. All the crew is dead. Muggy and I both knew we were going to have, like, a little bit of time we weren't going to be able to play. So, like, he was working hard on trying to get enough of this, like, built that these guys would be safe. And I logged in one day in that short time that we were, you know, before we weren't going to be able to play, and realized that, like, our crew were all on our ships, and they were, like, starving and mutinying because we didn't have, like, gold and stuff for them, and we didn't have food for them. So, like, I was like, oh crap. So, like, I built that little that little thing, and I just, like, took them all over there. I was like, please, I'll go in here. I gave them a bunch of food and gold and stuff, and they must have all finished dying. Oh, that's how it goes. Okay, so we need what? Some sails. He's probably gonna want, knowing Monkey, he's gonna want a large and a small speed sail. So we need a little bit of metal for this one, and we need a bunch of everything for that one. Okay, take that. We'll take some of this stuff. I wasn't paying attention to numbers, so I'm just grabbing things. And it, like, the eating some, like, there's so many plants on this island that it's really not a huge deal. You just need metal now. You know what I should do is take the other. Oh, are we out of? Is it wood we need for this? And coal. Okay. Like, feeding's not bad, because we just have to go out and actually, like, get the stuff to do for that. Like, we just have to go get food, and there's plants and peppers and stuff all. I mean, you saw how much of the berries and stuff we're getting. So, like, as long as we get to log in a little bit, it's really not that big of a deal. But, you know, we have to actually be able to log in, and neither of us were really able to do that for a little bit. And it's pretty much just Monkey and myself that are playing regularly over here. So, yeah, I guess maybe we should do some recruiting. All right, so we can make 4 large cannons. He's allowed to have 4. And then of the ship cannons, he can have 12. So we'll make 12 there. Make him a resource box. Gotta have a helm, ammunition deal. Get a larder going. Then we'll just let that stuff craft for a second. And then we need a bit of metal for the sails. I don't know how much we need, so I'm just taking, just clicking a bunch. It's fine. 100. Okay. So we need a big speed sail. And then I need a little bit more metal. 8 more metal for a large one, for a small one. We can do a large and a small on a schooner, I think, right? Hope that's right. If not, it's fine. He'll be able to figure it out. And there we go. Okay, and then he's going to need a ridiculous number of ladders, because you always need a bunch of ladders. How's our stuff doing here? So we had a cannon. We're going to need a storage box or 3 probably. Fiber, wood, and thatch. Take one of these. Take one of these. Take one of these. Let's make, let's make 3 of those. What else are you going to need, guys? What else is important? Oh, I need to make the swivel cannons, don't I? The swivel, he can have 2 swivels. Oh, perfect amount. And then that means I'll make him 2 of these guys. So we can put those on there. That's pretty good. I don't know if he can make maces. I can make maces, I think. Did I leave any extra maces for us? I'm gonna have to make him like a box of stuff. So we got fire arrows and stuff like that. Okay. So I'm gonna take one of these boxes I just made, and I'm gonna just put it right in the middle of the floor where it's super unhelpful. Oh, okay. Can I put that guy in there? Let's give Monkey my mace just in case he doesn't have one. And then we need this stuff. Fat and heavy. These guys. Some of this up here. So Monkey's going to have to make all the cannonballs because I'm too lazy for that. Put this stuff in here. And then we'll go get the ship stuff we just made out there. Nobody come into our base while I'm doing this, please. Okay. So these guys we need. I'm fat. Am I too fat to... Oh, the slow move. Emma, no! I do think it's funny that, like, when you get fat enough, it's no longer a bit... Ooh, look at my belly. They did a good job on the armor there. I gave them a little bit of... Yeah, oh, trust me, or I would go with the handling sail myself, but Monkey is all about the speed meta, my man. He is all about the fact that you get much better speed out of having a large speed sail and a small speed sail. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I can't, like I said, I should have just made him 2 big weight sails just to mess with him. But I can't do that. I'd feel bad. The only drawback is I have to see if he makes it today before I get home from work. I'm gonna have to come back on and paint the sails because he doesn't. I don't think he has the template for painting. I mean, I could send it to him, but so if he gets that stuff built today, I'll just come back and I'll paint the sails for him before he goes because we've got our Windwolf stuff done. Okay. Yeah, you don't need that. All right, that's all this. Okay, so let me make sure we've got this. So we've got a bunch of planks. Hey, Waldo, welcome, man. We've got 4 large cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the other cannons. He can have 2 swivels. We've got 2 swivels. We've got 2 of those deals. He can have a mace. I know he's got guns and everything else he can do. A bucket. Do I make the bucket in my inventory, or does it get made in here? Make a bucket for him. Nope. Repair hammer. I can make here. It's weird to me that this stuff snaps up higher, like the created stuff goes up here versus in your inventory or like farther down, like at the end of it. Okay. I guess I could make him a smithy just in case he needs one. Because the other one I can't pick up anymore. So, we'll take a bunch of stuff here. These. What else do we need here? Some hide. Not enough hide. Oh, I put all the hide over here, didn't I? Sort it differently? Like when you, oh, you're saying like if I do the sort of this inventory differently. I don't know. Will that change stuff? Who knows? Okay. Hide. I'm almost afraid to look in here because I know that he's Monkey's been like going to town on this kind of stuff. So I'm afraid to look at our resource box because I know that it's not full, and it's gonna make me feel like I need to like really spend some time to fill it back up. Okay, so ammo box, resource box. We got some regular storage in there for him too. I got the hammer, the deal. So Loodle, you know, maybe. He can do all of the ammo stuff he needs, and he can probably make himself a bed. I feel fine. I feel good about that. That's a good amount of stuff. Let me, we'll make a sign or something and put it on there too so he knows what's going on. And now I should probably bring all that stuff in that's out there now. Should I do that? Should I do that? I should, right? Has anyone actually been here to get stuff? Nope. Okay. So I don't bring a galleon. If you so just so you guys know too, since I can't be there, if you'd like to just donate your gold and ships to me, I'll certainly take those. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. If you want to do that, I will gladly take those. So I built this bank here, honestly, just for one reason only. The new update that's supposed to be dropping mid-April now, I have no idea when it's supposed to, is going to change how the claiming system works. So I've actually done some updates. There we go. I've done some updates to our map already that I haven't put live on our game yet to kind of adjust Ships of the Damned and kind of change how some other stuff works and give us a little bit better, we're going to get some more spawns of other things kind of where we want them. And I maybe have adjusted so the fog goes away like you see here. Like not the fog, but like you see that kind of like that weird little bit of fog that's in the background. I think I've set that up to go away. But I wanted to hold off on doing all that stuff until the public test realm and the new update go live, because it's going to change how we do our claiming systems and stuff like that. Do I not have it set up? Well, I don't have... oh, you know what? Our claim is missing. Our claim is missing. There was a claim over there. Oh, okay. That's a bit of an issue. So, I'm glad you said that. Let me get this stuff inside real quick. Am I gonna be too fat? I'm always too fat. We're doing 2 trips. No, I forgot what I was saying. So I wanted to wait to do that kind of. You cannot claim our base, Emma. I wanted to kind of wait to do the extra stuff until we had until we had all the new stuff in there, right? Okay, I guess I should look at this real quick. Oh, with the crazy splits. I did not mean to dance. You can dance if you want to. I meant to put one of these down for us. Where's our deal? Can I get far enough back to even see how big of a ring that is? No, that's fine. We'll just put you there. Yeah, I kind of wanted to wait to do all of the changes all at one time, because up until like a couple weeks ago, we couldn't actually change anything on the server by server. We could just do the whole cluster, right? There you go. We've claimed stuff. Yay! So we could only do like the whole cluster at one time, right? So instead of going through having to do the whole cluster at one time, love what you, buddy, 248. You're one nice crow. I wanted to kind of just do like we would have had to do everything for the whole server at the whole time, and I wasn't sure that it was going to go off without a hitch. So because I wasn't sure about it going off without a hitch, I decided I kind of want to wait. They've turned it on now, so we can actually do server by server changes with G-Portal. Like I can go through and I could just make any alterations I want per server with slot counts and a whole bunch of other stuff. I can actually edit the map live in their tool now, which is great. But I'm still not going to. I'm still going to wait until I get the new thing. So I've actually set up a spot for because I knew that there'd be an update coming when I first built the map. I actually left a spot relatively open for us to put a deep sea trench in for about the size I was expecting it to be. So hopefully it comes out to about the size I expect it to be. And it'll be underwater, so hopefully it'll be fine if it's not, exactly what it needs to be for the sizing. But, oh God, you're so fat. But yeah, so like I've got all that stuff set up, but I have to wait for them to update their map tool for me to actually put that into the map and upload it to our servers. So I haven't done any of that yet because I have to wait. So I figured that we'll kind of be testing it all at the same time. So that bank is literally just there because they one of the big changes they're doing is that they just put up all the things. It's called the Colony servers. I think it's Colony, right? Is the one where you you need a bank to claim an island, essentially. Like you can't actually claim the land until you have a bank on it. So I put a bank on it so we'd be able to claim the island when it comes up. Okay. Well, I know we didn't do anything too crazy or too long. I just kind of want to get like a little bit of time in and get that stuff going so Monkey Puzzle can at least build what he needs to for it. So, and I want to show you guys this ridiculous base that Monkey's been working on for us to kind of get everything working, defensible and cool looking. So, and I can't even show you the tower because it's too tall. So, but I think that I'm not gonna keep you guys here while I fat walk myself back in 3 or 4 more times. But look at that crazy tower. So you guys have been watching us kind of just watching me gather stuff today. So we kind of just hung out, had a little chat, talked about life, what's going on. I'll have this video turned on for a VOD later as soon because we're under 2 hours, so we'll be able to just kind of just push it right back up and roll it. But if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, just know that tomorrow Monkey Puzzle is going to be doing some live streaming of the ship battle that we're preparing stuff for today. So I won't be able to be there, but check out Monkey Puzzle's YouTube channel if you haven't. Subscribe so you can see when he goes live tomorrow, because it's going to be like I think he's got like 2 hours that he gets to play. So like it's going to be a little short window of time to kind of get in there and check that out. But yeah, please feel free to jump in, check that out. If you guys have enjoyed this video, drop a like below. If you want to see more content, let me know what you like. I know that Ark's kind of been missing. We'll jump back into some Ark pretty soon. I've been trying to hold off on the Division stuff until Fox and I can be on together, because I think it's more fun to play that game with another person. But most of my house remodeling is done. Most of it is done. So hopefully I'll have a little more time to kind of just dive into the channel and kind of get stuff done. But thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate you being here, and I will catch you on the flip side.